You ever feel like you're fighting an invisible battle? Like something is holding you back? And the crazy part is, it feels like it's you. Well, what if I told you that you're not just fighting that enemy, you've been giving it its orders all along, without even knowing it?
Today, we're diving into Harry Carpenter's The Genie Within, and it's all built on this one wild idea. You have a powerful, loyal genie, ready to grant your every wish. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. It has been with you your entire life, granting every wish you've made, especially the ones you didn't even know you were making.
To really get this, we have to start where the book does, with a little story that, I promise you, is going to change how you think about your own thoughts.
So picture this guy. He dedicates his whole life, every single day, to one mission: finding a genie in a bottle. He's searched every beach, every antique shop, and given up pretty much everything else, all for that one magical moment.
And then, finally, when he's old and weathered, he finds it. He pops the cork, and poof, out comes the genie. This is the moment he's dreamed of his entire life, but instead of being thrilled, he's just furious. He looks at this all-powerful being and just yells, "Where have you been? Why did you make me waste my entire life looking for you?" And this, right here, is where the story completely flips on its head. The genie just looks at him calmly and says, "Oh, master, you misunderstand. I was never in the bottle. I've been with you this entire time, and I've been granting every single one of your wishes." The old man is just speechless as the genie starts to explain. "Remember that CPA exam you failed?" the genie says. "For weeks, you kept telling yourself, 'I'm not smart enough for this.' You wished it, and I made it so. You blanked out on purpose." The horror sinks in for the old man. Every doubt, every fear, every negative thought he ever had was an order that his genie faithfully carried out. Okay, so that's not just the spooky little story. That genie is real. It's inside every one of us. So it's time we get properly introduced to the most powerful force in your life. Your inner genie is your subconscious mind. Think of it like this. Your conscious mind, the one you're listening with right now, is the captain on the deck of a ship. It's shouting out orders. But your subconscious mind, that's the entire engine room below deck. It's massive, it's powerful, and it just executes the orders. It doesn't care if the captain steers you into a tropical paradise or straight into an iceberg. Just look at the difference here. The conscious mind is the master. It gives the orders. But the subconscious is the genie. It has all the power. The conscious mind thinks logically. The subconscious, it runs on pure feeling, on emotion. And while your conscious memory is spotty, your subconscious has recorded basically everything that has ever happened to you. Now here's the number that really blew my mind. 92%. That's roughly how much of your total mind power is subconscious. Think about that. We spend all our time focused on that tiny 8% of conscious thought, while this silent giant is really running the show. So this brings up a massive question, right? If we have this incredibly powerful genie, why do we fail so often? Why does trying harder sometimes feel like it's making things worse? Well, it turns out there's a war going on in your head, and willpower is losing. You know this feeling. The harder you try to force yourself to fall asleep, the more wide awake you become. Or the harder you try to remember someone's name, the further it slips away. That's not just you being weird. That is a fundamental law of how your mind works. It's called the law of reverse effort, and it is absolutely ruthless. It states that when your conscious willpower goes head-to-head with your subconscious imagination, your imagination doesn't just win, it crushes your willpower. Every single time, no exception. The great psychologist Emile Coué put it perfectly over 100 years ago. This isn't a fair fight. Your conscious willpower is like a little kid pushing against a door, while your subconscious imagination is a SWAT team ready to kick that door down. The classic example is a golfer. They're standing over the ball, and there's a lake right there. Their conscious mind is screaming, "Don't hit it in the water, don't hit it in the water." But what's the only picture in their imagination? A big, beautiful splash. So what command does the subconscious genie hear? Splash. And that's exactly where the ball goes. And listen, this is not just some mental game. Your body is keeping score of every single thought. That constant worry you have, your genie is translating that into stomach acid. That flash of anger, that's a direct order for an adrenaline dump. Your inner world is literally building your physical reality, one cell at a time. Okay, so we've established the problem. We have an all-powerful genie that's been taking orders from our fears and our doubts. So now for the good part. How do we take back the controls? It's time to learn the language of the subconscious. This is the instruction manual. To give your genie new orders, you just have to know its two simple rules.
Rule number 1, it cannot tell the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's actually happening. To your genie, the feeling of success is success. And rule number 2, it gets programmed by repetition mixed with strong emotion. That's how your phobias got installed, and it's exactly how you're going to install confidence.
So here's the 3-step process. First, get crystal clear on what you want. No vague wishes. Second, visualize it. But don't just see it. Feel it. Feel the pride, the joy, the relief, as if it has already happened. And third, and this is the hardest part for most of us, you have to let go, detach. Trust that the genie got the order and stop trying to micromanage it.
Once you start doing this, everything shifts. You stop working against yourself and start working with yourself. It's a total game changer.
See, this whole time, we've thought willpower was about gritting our teeth and fighting ourselves, but that's all wrong. Real power isn't about fighting your subconscious. It's about getting your conscious desires and your subconscious imagination to want the exact same thing. It's about alignment, not war.
And this isn't some new idea. The philosopher William James said it best. He said the biggest discovery of his generation was that people can literally change their lives just by changing how they think on the inside. This is a fundamental law of being human.
So it turns out the genie wasn't in a bottle after all. It's been inside you, waiting patiently for clear instructions. The manual is now in your hands. So what is the first wish you're going to give it? What new reality are you going to command into existence?